Hello my dear YouTuber friends, and I do hope you're all keeping well. Welcome to this new video back on the Velocity 1 flight stick. On my Series S, with rudder pedals connected to my flight stick, playing this on my Series S. Let me just throttle up a little bit here in my Cessna. A little bit more just so I get moving. And come on, move. There you go. Concentrate on that screen. And you can probably see my aircraft taxiing around. I'm using my rudder pedals to do this, of course. Hands off the flight stick. Just using my rudder pedals to do this. So it's all very, very possible. Even with, toe brakes as well. Let's bring that throttle back. Now, brake, 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 brake. That's better. So yeah, this is all possible via a cable. It's got to be specific cable leading from your Velocity 1 flight stick to the rudder pedals, and then with the latest firmware installed. I'm going to explain all this in this video and show you a couple of settings that you need to enable in Flight Simulator 2020 just to enable the toe brakes and ensure that the rudder pedals are all working well. Okay, listen, let's not dilly-dally. Let's get on with this video. Okay, so let's talk through what you'll need to get your flight stick working with your Velocity 1 rudder pedals on your Xbox consoles. Excuse all the wires down there. I'm sort of screen capturing as well in this video, so lots of wires about, but don't worry about that. One thing I will mention, I'm going to give this stand another shout out. If you want a good setup where your flight stick is firm, you can sit down and use that with your rudder pedals attached, go and watch my video on the Velocity 1 flight stand. Gonna up this a little bit more. It's fantastic. Typically you would have this attached to it, this attached to the flight stand here if you're using the Velocity 1 yoke or other yoke systems. Take that off, screw on with the screws provided with the flight stick. It just works brilliantly with this flight stand. Okay, so what do you need? Obviously you'll need the flight stick and Velocity 1 rudder pedals. You'll also need a USB to USB-C, so USB-C to USB-C, and I think it's generation 3.1 or above, to attach your rudder pedals to your flight stick. You don't need any other cables for the rudder pedals then. Once it's on, it's powered by the flight stick and your Xbox. This has to be specific. I'm going to put a link down below, a link supplied by me by Turtle Beach, and they're giving complimentary USB-C to USB-C cables. I did order some from Amazon a few days ago, and they were the wrong size. They were too, let's just take this out. They were too thick on this side to plug in to the flight stick. Let me just plug that back in. These ones, too bad for you. It's one of the moderators on Turtle Beach Discord, which I'll also link down below. He recommended these from Amazon, and it's the ones Turtle Beach are recommending if you want to buy your own. So I'll link my affiliate link for the cable there, and I'll also link my affiliate links for the Velocity 1 rudder pedals and flight stick whilst I'm at it. Once it's connected, so one end in your Velocity 1 rudder pedals, one end obviously in your flight stick. Once that's connected, you want your rudder pedals in pass-through mode. So just hold down this mode button for a couple of seconds till this goes blue. which means it's in pass-through mode. The other one is direct connection, that's for PC only, and we're not talking about that in this video. So make sure it's in pass-through mode. And Bob's your uncle. Once that's done, you will need the latest firmware for your Velocity 1 flight stick. So I don't need to repeat myself. I did a recent video of the latest firmware. Go and watch that. It's got timelines. A couple of minutes into that video, I show you how to update the firmware. So go and watch that if you're not sure. If you're having further difficulties, I don't work for Turtle Beach, so I can't advise further. Go and ask on the Turtle Beach Discord. They're very helpful there. If you're having problems, they've helped many people, and they may be able to help you as well. Once that's all connected, you've got the cable in that I just showed you. USB-C to USB-C. You've got it in pass-through mode, and you've got your Velocity 1 flight stick in the latest firmware. You will see a rudder pedal icon appear on your Velocity 1 flight stick, which means now you've got rudder pedal control. Isn't that fantastic? With your Velocity 1 flight stick. Okay, so there's a couple more settings you need to set up in the sim for toe brakes. So I'll show you that now. Okay, so I'm on the Xbox Series S, and I'm going to go to, in options, control options. So the other things you have to set up, there's only a couple more things you have to set up in brakes with your profile set. So in brakes, you've got left brake and right brake. If you can't find them, let's just go to filter all. And in filter all, you got all kinds of settings there, but you've got left brake and right brake. Assign these to your rudder pedals. Let me just show you a picture on screen of pushing one of the toe brakes forward. So for your right toe brake, assign right brake, and for your left toe brake, assign left brake. So I can actually do this again. I'll go into right. Let me show you on screen. Sorry, let me show you this in the sim rather. So I'll just reassign this. So for the right brake, I'm just pushing my right toe brake forward, which is axis 13 apparently on the Xbox. And you know what? Let's do the left brake as well. Axis 12, but I'll just rebind it. Axis 12. And validate. And apply and save. I'll just press Y there to apply and save. In sensitivities, if you move your rudder left and right, it's axis 2, I believe. That's just for your rudder axis. As you can see, no sensitivity settings on there. I'll talk about that a little bit later. I didn't find that I've needed to at the moment. Now, let's just keep going down. Ah, there we go. Axis 12, of course, left toe brake. And at the bottom, axis 13, right toe brake. So that's all working fine. What I'll do now, I'll set up the camera so that you can see me using my rudder pedals specifically on the Xbox with the Velocity 1 flight stick. Okay, so certainly the best way for me to show you this is straight on my rudder pedals with my feet. On the rudder pedals, with my socks of course. Let's just throttle up a little bit here. And just get the aircraft moving. If I put parking brake on. Nope. There we go. We're moving now. So I'll just use the rudder pedals, of course, right and left. And with those settings I showed you, toe brakes will brake. And we can use a bit of differential braking as well. Let's just throttle up a little bit more. Of course, the throttle I'm using on the flight stick, but hands off the flight stick now, just using the rudder pedals. That's handy. We got a turn to the right there. So I can show you this with a little bit of differential braking. So we're coming up to the right. And we can taxi right. A little bit of differential braking just to taxi that little bit sharper. Oh, there's water ahead. Didn't realise where I was. Oh well, okay, let's throttle back a little bit. Speedy Gonzales again. Whoa. Okay, let's do both toe brakes just to brake the aircraft, just to slow it down. And there we go. That's a good example, wasn't it? And these, of course, if you're using rudder in the air, these will work fine. You wouldn't use your toe brakes in the air, but you would use your rudder dustly in the air in something like the Cessna. Let's just go down the other end where things may be a little bit safer, just show you a little bit more. There we go, let's do a sharp turn. No, actually, no, let's keep going. Let's keep going. So there you go, let's just do a bit of extreme rudder action for you there, left and right. As you can see, it's working fine. I've not really had to play with the sensitivity settings as yet. That may change in the future. I'm still playing around with them. Whoa, I am going a little bit quick there. Let's toe brake. Actually, let's just brake. Realise how quick I was going there. That may change in the future once I play around with this a little bit more. I may change the settings a little bit. Let's just differential braking just to brake hard to the taxi hard to the left there. We're in a better situation now. A bit more differential braking there. And there. And even here. So even though we're going pretty fast, you wouldn't be normally taxiing this quickly. As you can see, I've still got control of my little Cessna. And what I'll do is actually just taxi to the left here. And we'll do a 180 round the other way, essentially. So let's do that. A bit of differential braking to get myself turning sharply. There we go. So if you need to suddenly face the other way, no issues at all. So there you go, chaps. As you can see, these rudder pedals are working fine with the flight stick on the Series S and X. I know this was on a lot of people's wish list, and this is a first. Let's just brake there. And brake. This is a first in flight sim peripherals for this Xbox console with the HOTAS 1. You need to use the T-Flight rudder pedals in conjunction with the HOTAS 1 with the upcoming Charlie pedals. I believe you need the Xbox hub and the XPC yoke to use them on the Xbox. Time will tell with them. With the Velocity 1 suite now, you can either use the Velocity 1 flight stick or the Velocity 1 flight yoke with the Velocity 1 rudder pedals. A first for Turtle Beach. Pretty incredible. Listen, let me know your thoughts on the videos. Have you tried this? Let me know down below. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Subscribe for more. And I'll see you soon.